I don't know. After hearing him calm and talking about the tether story, it's probable.
Go down to the county attorney's office. I think you'll find a lot of humans down there.
All right.
No disrespect.
Stop driving.
I'm flirting with the judge in front of my dad.
What's going on? This is Colin. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday. Got a short one for you. Just one quick hearing. It's about 10 minutes long. Hope everybody's well. You already know what to do. Or hit that play button. Hit the like and subscribe and do your jump kick backflips. Let's go.
What was that? Thank you for seeing me.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for walking in. My understanding is that we had, possibly miscommunications or possibly you didn't return on time. Regardless, you walked yourself in, so we'll handle the matter. And good afternoon to you. Mr. Ashby, you're here for a couple of reasons. We'll handle them one at a time. If you have any questions, just let me know, okay? First, you have a number of warrants for your arrest for failing to appear at the 36th District Court, where you'll be released on these matters on a personal bond, no dollar amount. And the court scheduling a pretrial via Zoom you must attend on March 13th at 1:30 p.m. and courtroom 533 at the 36th District Court. So you'll Zoom in on Wednesday, March 13th at 1:30 p.m., courtroom 533. Is that understood, Mr. Ashford? Yes?
But can I say something real quickly?
Well, sure.
Well, it's just that I'm working with an agency called the Street Democracy through the VA.
Street Court.
They're going to be assigning me with a lawyer. So she said it's going to take like maybe 2 months to get assigned a lawyer.
Okay.
And I was just wanted to come and have a lawyer assigned through them when I got it done. But this is different. The Zoom thing is just
Well, there'll be
they give you a lawyer.
you'll have an attorney appointed at this matter. You can address any court dates further if you're retaining counsel, or if you get a counsel, they can address it. There will be an attorney appointed for if you can afford one, but you have to show up on March 13th at 1:30, understood?
On the Zoom, no problem.
Yes, okay. As with any criminal matter, Mr. Ashford, you have a right to remain silent. Anything that you say orally or in writing can and will be used against you in the court of law. You do have the right to an attorney, have one present at questioning and at all future proceedings. If you cannot afford an attorney, sir, the court will appoint you one at the public's expense. Did you hear and understand your rights, Mr. Ashford?
Yes.
All right. Already off to a great start, right? You had a giant stack of warrants. Judge set them aside. Yeah. There may not have been anything big. And I know the camera kind of sucks because we're only watching the magistrate. They did their Zoom hearings all afternoon, and this one's in person. This might be their only camera. I don't know. This is the only view we have. The volume's not too bad. We can generally hear everybody though. So yeah.
And this is, sir, on regards to the following matters. Ticket number SX2072162. This took place October 13th, 2015, count 2, no operator's license, multiple ops, no ops. Complaint U264870115, Saturday, December 12th, 2015, offer to engage a service for another for the act of prostitution near John R. and Brentwood. Ticket number 1621988, May the 9th, 2016, no operator's license on person. Ticket number 1628192, September 5th, 2016, drive while license suspended. Ticket number 173545537, September 30th, 2017, no operator's license on person. Complaint U6284722, Saturday, December 31st, 2022. Interfering with city employee near Woodward and Palmer. And ticket number 237522609, January 23rd, 2023, no operator's license on person. During this bond, there's to be no driving, period, unless you have a valid driver's license. Is that understood?
Understood.
So if you drove to court, I don't know how you got to court today, but no driving, you're gonna have to, you could get picked up a violation of the bond. You have somebody get your, you don't have to say anything. I'm just letting you know. If no driving, understood, unless you have a valid license. Thank you. These are all misdemeanor allegations that carry up to a $500 fine and or 93 days in jail as a maximum fine and penalty. The offer to engage in services for another for the act of prostitution carries a mandatory minimum 45 days in jail if found guilty as charged. Court, recall your warrant, set aside capious and are not guilty on the open matters. As a reminder, sir, no driving without a valid license. Pretrial via Zoom, March 13th, 1:30 p.m. in courtroom 533. Is that all clear?
Yes.
Thank you. State your full name again.
Rodney Ashford.
Thank you.
All right, we're getting through some of these tickets. The end that's really good. So just wait, just be patient. It does get better.
And you're also here, sir, for case 2304539 People State of Michigan versus Rodney Ashford, also known as John Doe, Rodney Nunn Ashford, Rodney NMN Ashford, Rodney NMM Ashford. Parents for the people.
Judge, good late afternoon. Vincent for the people, P71917.
Right on behalf of Mr. Rodney Ashford, Your Honor, 575-156. Waive the formal reading stand used at this time as to all charges.
Thank you both. And good evening to you both. Afternoon. Court waive formal reading and or plead not guilty on this matter, Mr. Ashford. You have a Zoom hearing scheduled as well, April the 4th. That's at 8:30, 36th District Court, Judge Bryant. April 4th, Thursday, 8:30, Judge Bryant via Zoom. Understood, Mr. Ashford?
Understood.
Not guilty plea is entered on your behalf as the bond from the people.
Judge, I had the opportunity to look at the investigative report. I'm sure defense counsel has, as well as Your Honor. Judge, quite honestly, and in full candor, this just isn't rational behavior that we're dealing with. And it's alarming because what I saw, Judge, is an individual who is tying up the Wayne State campus's communication line, a line where people are calling for emergencies, and he's calling repeatedly, not about an emergency, but to comment, to criticize, to harass, to swear at these individuals. The two individuals, these communication controllers, they're just trying to do their job. And then we have the defendant repeatedly calling them, harassing them, talking about incidents that there's no corroboration for. But yet he continues to do it over and over again, Judge. I could pick out a few different particulars in this investigator's report regarding the fact that defendant ended up calling once and ended up telling one of the individuals who was trying to just help on any emergency situation. Did you hear what the fuck I said? Put a goddamn police officer on, bitch. That was one of them.
That's because I'm being
Hey,
harassed.
Mr. Ashford.
Harassed.
Mr. Ashford.
Being harassed
Mr. Ashford.
for no reason.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. I'm gonna say this once.
Okay.
I'm saying that.
Listen.
And then in a different instance where they're
Do not
trying to
interrupt.
ID the individual just to see if they can help them, the defendant ends up responding to what his name was, Rodney fucking Ashford. And then we have other instances like that. And this continues, Judge. And allegedly, not just they were recorded, but then the defendant ends up following up with emails to not just the communications and the police, but to the dean of students and other people regarding allegedly what defense counsel or the defendant, Judge, ended up stating to the court, allegedly as a result of how he feels he was being treated by these individuals. Now, I'm going to double back to what I said. This isn't rational behavior. I understand it's only being charged as misdemeanors, albeit one of the misdemeanors is a 6-month misdemeanor. And we do have priors regarding this individual. He was previously convicted of D&E as well as uttering and publishing. But Judge, when it comes to these types of things, the people do have concerns. We do feel as though this defendant may pose a danger to the community. Therefore, Judge, we're not going to be objecting to a personal bond. However, we're going to leave it up to you without a recommendation as to whether or not you feel monitorization is appropriate here. It just based on everything that took place. And this individual is 54 years old. He knows right from wrong. We're not talking about a child. We're talking about a grown man. So with all of that being said, Judge, I'll leave defense counsel up to his argument, as well as Your Honor deciding whether or not monitorization is appropriate.
Thank you, Vincent. And you indicated a number, or a couple of prior, D&E being one, or any assaultive convictions you're.
I have, Judge, is what I told you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Response.
All right. You know when Vincent's in the house, it's going to go down, right? It's about to go down. Yeah, he always comes hard. And yeah, Reagan just loves him so much. This is a good old Reagan versus Vincent battle. And yeah, I think Vincent comes out on top on this one.
Judge, my client is a 54-year-old disabled veteran. Served this country proudly, Judge. I do understand the charge is serious. I think that no use of any telephone communication is one of the conditions of mine. But I would ask the court to concur with people in terms of personal bond, Judge, and I think that you walked into that, I don't think it's a flight risk. I do think that if the court puts certain conditions like do not use your telephone, don't call Wayne State, that would be sufficient for these charges, Judge. So I'm asking for the personal bond with the conditions of no contact and no phone calls.
Judge, I have a tendency of agreeing with defense counsel, but it's more than just, Wayne State, police communication, dispatch. I mean, we're talking about, it's eclectic. We're talking about dean of students. We're talking about administration. We're talking about a number of people that this defendant ended up proverbially reaching out to and was using the language that he was in a very aggressive and hostile manner.
Thank you. And anything further?
No.
And these are concerning for a number of reasons, Mr. Ashford. You allegedly repeatedly are calling and harassing these individuals 41 times for one instance and within a 13-minute period. And this has continued allegedly for far too long. And we have there's a likelihood of conviction given the information in the investigator's report and placed on the record. Noted, Mr. Ashford, that you surrendered yourself to the court to address these allegations. You have no assaultive convictions on your record.
All right, just some quick math. He called I don't think they said 911. They said the campus helpline. Is that what they said it was? 19 once every 19 seconds is what the average is. So 41 calls in, what they say, 13 minutes. I don't even know. About one call every 19 seconds. Like, really, man? What? And he's saying they're harassing him.
And you have ties to the community. You served our country, and the court appreciates your service. Given these allegations, which are non-assault, no assaultive convictions, you surrendered yourself. You have ties to the community, and the court on these allegations, sir, is going to set a high personal bond in the amount of a $35,000 personal bond with the following conditions. During this bond, Mr. Ashford, there is absolutely no use of alcohol, no illegal controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a firearm or any weapon, no weapons. There's no use of any telephone unless it's an emergency. Is that clear? No use of any telephone. I don't want you allegedly calling anybody, harassing no use of any telephone. And no use of any telephone. What's that, sir?
I've been talking to Wayne State. People.
Well, that's going to stop. Well, and that's going to want to violate this bond and get locked up for a violation of bond, because that's a bond order. And regardless of your guilt or innocence on this matter, you have to follow the conditions of the court. So regardless, I'll let you speak. Okay, well, that's stopping now.
Okay, I got you. But that was.
That's stopping now.
Over a year ago.
Okay, well, that's stopping now, Mr. Ashford, from this. Okay, thank you.
Wayne State Police, because I was trying to get the name of the monitor that was harassing in the first place. The other
Mr. Ashford.
the call. They kept hanging
Counsel.
up on me.
So, Mr. Ashford, let's just.
I got
listen.
you.
Just listen, please.
Okay.
You don't die.
So, Mr. Ashford, there's no alcohol, no illegal substance, no controlled substance. You're not to purchase or possess a weapon, and no telephone. No telephone, period. You're not to call anybody, regardless of what you think you need to do. No telephone calls unless it's an emergency. Is that clear?
I understand.
Okay. And you're not to go anywhere near the area or premises of Wayne State University. Anywhere near that premises or area. Is that understood? Okay. And that includes the area premises of 6050 Cass Avenue in Detroit, Michigan. And that's anyone associated with Wayne State University. They're the police department, their employees, telecommunications, deans, professors, anyone associated with that university. I don't want you to have no contact with the area or any of those individuals. And regardless, no telephone communications unless an emergency. Is that all clear? Okay. Anything further from people with this?
No, very concerned.
All right. There's only about 30 seconds left of this video, so you know what time it is. I'm going to let it play out. Thank you all for watching. Come check out my live in a couple hours. I'm just going to throw this out. No premiere. Going to be a quick one. Yeah. All right. Hope to see you guys tonight. Till next time. Bye.
Considerate judge.
Thank you
Thank
so much, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Ashford, you're going to be directed from this point from the officer. Good luck, sir. Listen to the court's order so you don't get locked up just for not listening. That would make no sense. You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Man.